I've seen things you wouldn't believe, things that would make your blood run cold. It was a day like any other in our quiet village. The mist hung low in the valley, shrouding the thatched roofs in an eerie calm. But then, the shadow fell. A beast of legend, no longer confined to our nightmares, swooped down from the heavens. Dragons, once thought to be legends, now the scourge of our world. As chaos erupted and villagers fled in panic, one man stood apart from the rest. Aldric, a scholar in a world that had little use for such men. While others saw only a monster, Aldric's eyes held a different light. Fear, yes, but also curiosity. But even the pursuit of knowledge has its price. As Aldric watched, a child's scream cut through the air. Without hesitation, Aldric sprung into action. He raced towards the flames, the heat searing his skin, narrowly dodging the dragon's fiery breath. As Aldric emerged from the smoke, child in arms, I couldn't help but wonder, had he just saved a life, or sealed all our fates to the dreadful dragons? It was a scale, you see, but not just any scale. This one pulsed with an otherworldly energy, a remnant of the beast that had brought such devastation. But then he heard it, a sound so faint, so pitiful, it seemed impossible it could come from a creature of such terror. Hidden among the artifacts, curled up and quivering, was a baby dragon. Its scales, not yet hardened, shimmered like dewdrops in the moonlight. Aldric's face, it was a canvas of conflicting emotions, each battling for dominance. In this moment of unexpected tenderness, Aldric's quest for knowledge became a journey of the heart. And I feared where it might lead him. The connection between man and dragon seemed to transcend the boundaries of our understanding. Dragons. They were once peaceful creatures, guardians of the land. Their scales once shimmered with life, not menace. Their eyes once held wisdom, not rage. But dark magic, it corrupted them, twisting their nature into the terrors we know today. It was as if the very essence of these majestic beings had been poisoned. As Aldric disappeared into the morning mist, cradling our enemy's child, I couldn't help but wonder, had he found the key to our salvation? Or had he just doomed us all? Now the fate of our village, perhaps of all humanity, now rested in his hands and the tiny claws of that dragon hatchling. I watched as our village changed. The attacks grew more frequent, more vicious. The air was thick with the stench of smoke and fear. And Aldric, he changed too. You see, while others fortified their homes, Aldric spent his days poring over ancient texts, and his nights caring for a secret that could get him killed. The baby dragon grew stronger each day, its eyes holding an almost human intelligence. But as Aldric's knowledge grew, so did the villagers' suspicion. Whispers and accusing glances followed his every move. Then came the night of the blood moon. A massive dragon descended upon our village, its roar shaking the ground.
Traitor! You will pay for what you have done and be shunned from our village!
The elder tore the baby dragon from Aldric's grasp, throwing it to the ground with a sickening thud.
Oh, no!
The elder's staff came down again and again. The tiny creature's scales dulled before our eyes.
You've doomed us all, and now all your writings and work shall burn.
Scrolls and artifacts, the fruit of months of research, were tossed into the flames. As dawn broke, Aldric was marched to the village gates, his eyes holding only despair.
You must leave, and never return here.
Aldric walked into the forest, alone and broken, but his steps seemed purposeful, as if guided by some unseen force. That night, I could have sworn I heard a faint cry on the wind. Was it Aldric? Or something else? Whatever it was, it carried a note of hope, a promise of revelations yet to come. I'll never forget that day. The sky was on fire, and the air itself seemed to scream. Dragons, more than I'd ever seen, descended upon our village. We thought it was the end. But then, through the chaos and smoke, a figure emerged. Aldric, changed by his exile, but unmistakable. He looked like he'd been through hell. But his eyes, they burned with a fire that put the dragons to shame. Aldric's voice carried over the din, words in a language I'd never heard before. But nothing happened. For a moment, I saw doubt flicker across Aldric's face. It was like watching a candle gutter in the wind. But then he gritted his teeth and tried again. This time, the artifact began to glow, pulsing with an otherworldly light. And the dragons, they stopped. It was as if a veil had been lifted. The dragons' eyes cleared, and they looked at us. Really looked at us, maybe for the first time in centuries. As the last echoes of Aldric's words faded, an impossible silence fell over the village. I still have to pinch myself sometimes. Our village, once gripped by fear, is now a place where dragons soar freely. And Aldric, he's become our resident dragon scholar. But you know what really gets me? It's seeing a young villager sharing an apple with a baby dragon, like the one Aldric saved. Though, the dragon seems more interested in the apple core. Thanks for taking the time to watch Chronicles of Mysterious Tales. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of medieval dragons, please like, subscribe, and share my channel. Your support means everything, and you are greatly appreciated. Until next time, stay curious and keep seeking the mysteries that await.